It was early morning. The atmosphere was calm. The camera was live. In Roanoke, Virginia, a local TV news crew was conducting what looked like a routine interview. Reporter Allison Parker was asking questions. Cameraman Adam Ward was behind the lens. Sitting in front of them was Vicki Gardner, the head of the local Chamber of Commerce. Everything felt normal, quiet, professional. And then, without warning, gunshots rang out. The sound echoed through the live broadcast. The camera began to shake. Within seconds, the screen went dark. At first, many viewers thought it was a technical issue, but the truth was far more terrifying. The shooter was quickly identified as Wesley Flanagan, a former employee of the same TV station. He had been fired 2 years earlier, in 2013. Colleagues had reported a history of aggressive behavior, anger issues, and growing resentment. This wasn't random. He chose a live broadcast on purpose, knowing the entire world would be watching. Allison Parker was killed at the scene. Adam Ward was rushed to the hospital, where he later died from his injuries. Vicki Gardner was critically wounded, but she survived. Hours later, police located the gunman during a highway chase. As officers closed in, he turned the weapon on himself and ended his own life. This incident shook the nation, not just because of the violence, but because of where it happened. A live television broadcast, no warning, no chance to react. The camera kept rolling until human lives were lost. The shooting sparked intense conversations across America about gun violence, workplace threats, and the safety of journalists doing their jobs in public spaces. When death can appear in the middle of an ordinary morning, when the camera is live and the world is watching, it forces one unsettling question. Is anyone ever truly safe? This image is not from a movie scene. It captures one of the final moments of Wu Yongning, one of China's most famous rooftop stunt performers. Wu Yongning built a massive following on social media by hanging from skyscrapers with no safety gear, no ropes, no harnesses, no protection. People watched his videos because death always felt just inches away. On November 8, 2017, he took on what would become his final challenge. The location was the 62-story Huayuanhua Center in Changsha, China. This time, it wasn't just about fame. There was a commercial challenge involved, with a prize worth nearly $15,000. The task was simple, but deadly. Hang from the edge of the building and perform pull-ups. No safety equipment, no second chances. Wu set up a camera nearby and climbed over the edge. He lowered himself down and began the stunt. But within seconds, his grip weakened. One moment of imbalance, one slip, and then he fell 62 floors. Everything was captured on camera. After the incident, something felt strange. Wu's social media accounts went silent. No new videos, no updates. Fans assumed he was preparing for another extreme stunt. Nearly a month later, the truth came out. His girlfriend confirmed that Wu Yongning had died that same day. His death sparked serious debate far beyond China. Questions about risking life for views, about money-driven stunts, and about the responsibility of platforms that reward dangerous content. Wu Yongning loved heights, but the same heights he chased for fame ended his life. This isn't just the story of a stunt performer. It's a warning. The desire to go viral can sometimes cost more than anyone expects. This is a story of obsession, danger, and one final frame. Jacob Cockle was the kind of person who lived between the ocean and a camera lens. Surfing the waves and capturing nature underwater wasn't just his work, it was his life. Jacob was a British underwater and surf photographer. His images didn't just show the sea, they made people feel it. Friends often said that Jacob had a rare gift. He could make you believe that real magic still existed in the world. But in 2013, that magic took a dark turn. He was filming near the Haylee Estuary in Cornwall, close to a place known as the Carnsue Pool. It's a stretch of water infamous for powerful currents and dangerous whirlpools. Locals know it's not a place to take lightly. The sea there moves fast, hard, and without warning. That day, Jacob's camera was rolling. In front of him was a violent whirlpool forming in the water. According to reports, he was filming the whirlpool itself, something he had done before, something he believed he understood. This time, the ocean didn't let him go. Jacob was pulled into the swirling current and couldn't escape. At just 28 years old, a life driven by talent, passion, and curiosity came to an abrupt end. His death sent shockwaves through the Cornish surfing and photography community. It forced a painful reminder into the spotlight. Nature doesn't care how skilled you are, and it never negotiates. Jacob Cockle was gone, but what he left behind was more than photographs. The sea he captured continues to tell his story, because some people don't disappear. They become part of the waves they loved. This is the story of a girl who kept appearing on cameras and then vanished. April 12, 2016. Yorkton, a small city in Saskatchewan, Canada. It was morning when 16-year-old Michaela Bali walked out of her home. After that day, she was never seen again. People who knew Michaela described her as quiet, but extremely clever. She liked changing her appearance, switching outfits, blending in. She was active online, comfortable with private chats and secret plans. But no one realized how far ahead she had already planned. That day, Michaela didn't disappear all at once. She showed up again and again on CCTV. First, she was seen sitting calmly inside a cafe. A short time later, cameras captured her at another location, this time wearing different clothes. Then she appeared at the Yorkton bus depot, looking relaxed, waiting, not panicked at all. Nothing about her behavior suggested fear. Everything looked deliberate. At the bus depot, she was seen using her phone. She walked around for a while, sat down, stood back up, and then she walked out of camera range. That moment is the last confirmed sighting of Michaela Bali. Investigators believe she may have left on her own. There's strong suspicion she traveled to the United States, possibly towards cities like Seattle or Portland. Why? Because evidence suggested she had prepared in advance. Money, clothes, and online contact with someone whose identity is still unknown. But here's the problem. There is no proof, no confirmed bus ticket, no border record, no message, no call, no digital trace after that day. So the questions remain. Who was she planning to meet? Was someone manipulating her? Or is Michaela still alive somewhere, living under a new identity? Cameras followed her movements all day, but not a single one captured how she truly disappeared. Michaela Bali's case remains open to this day. No answers, no closure. Just one girl, endless footage, and a mystery frozen in time since 2016. This is the story of an ordinary morning and a secret that shook an entire town. Harley Dilley was a 14-year-old boy from Port Clinton, Ohio. On the morning of December 20th, 2019, Harley left his home just like any other school day, heading out for class. CCTV cameras captured him walking along his usual route. Nothing looked unusual. Nothing felt wrong. But after that morning, Harley never came back. As soon as he was reported missing, the town went into search mode. Police combed the area. Drones were sent into the air. Sniffer dogs searched nearby streets and fields. Every possible lead was followed. But there was one place that, at first, no one took seriously. An abandoned house, just a short distance from Harley's own home. Nearly a month later, on January 29, 2020, police received a routine call. The caller was the owner of that vacant house. He said there was a strange smell coming from the chimney. He thought maybe an animal had gotten trapped inside. When police arrived, they called the fire department. They looked down into the chimney, and in that moment, everything changed. It wasn't an animal. It was Harley Dilley. Investigators later determined what likely happened. Harley may have climbed onto the roof of the empty house. He appears to have tried to climb down through the chimney, but he became stuck partway inside. There was no way out. No one could hear him. And slowly, trapped in the darkness, he died. The most haunting part is this. It all happened just steps away from his own home. Police ruled Harley's death an accident. But the case left behind a question no one has been able to answer. If a boy was simply walking to school on his normal route, how did he end up on the roof of an abandoned house? To this day, that question remains unanswered.